G'day, it's Christine here from Chris W Designs, and in this video we talk about the second sewing machine in my series of old sewing machines, this little Elna here. So I've picked this one up on Marketplace for $40, and that includes the cabinet. It's mighty grotty. It's going to take a little bit of elbow grease to clean this one up. As you can see, there's a mess there. And if that crunching sound in the background is showing up, that's my cat eating cat biscuits. So inside the cabinet, we have these trays which have a stack of threads, and there's also that tray there which is obviously broken off there, but there's also a heap of threads and stuff in there. And this thing here which has got bobbins and other feet and knickknacks, so I'm going to have to give this a good clean because it's got a lot of dust. The machine is very grotty, but it's an old Elna, so I'll be keen to see how that one cleans up and give it a whirl and see how it works. But even if the machine isn't much top, this cupboard was actually not too bad. And put something else in it. So when I open out the lid, this thing here is deteriorated. So if I want to fix this up, I probably need to buy another one of those. But this is a horn sewing cabinet, so those parts should be readily available. And so should the plastic knick-knack container thing there. Be replaceable as well. But the other containers are all looking good. And yeah, a heap of threads. Can't have too many threads, so the threads are a bonus. Quite a few of them, really. Yeah, just need a good clean. So I shall pull out the elbow grease and get cracking and give her a good clean up. I can't wait to get rid of that dirt. So I'm just cleaning this up with some Aldi all-purpose cleaner. That's on the cabinet. It doesn't hurt anything on there. So there's some stubborn marks which I'm going to clean off with this. I'm just going to rinse that off. So yeah, that's quite a haul of threads there. Come in handy for something. Some sewing needles. Just trying to see if there's any rust on them. They look a bit rusty, so I think I'm just going to chuck them. These ones look alright though. It's just them ones. Yeah, they're alright too. I'll get rid of that. I'll just dust this out can hold this while I'm doing this. Some bobbin. Okay, it's obvious what they are, needle threaders, but anybody know what that is? I have no idea. Also these things, what are they? If you know, leave a comment in the comment section below. Button. I always collect buttons. That could probably do with a good wash. And that's rusty, so that can go out. And that's something somebody's bought, a chunky cardigan. Some sewing needles which are also rusty, they can go out as well. The needle plate for basting and tacking. That must be what's in there. That looks like new. I'll hang on to that. Rubbish. Another bobbin. Oh. Stitch rip. Looks alright. I'll test it out. Can't have too many of those. Some stretch needles. I have a good collection of bobbins. That's totally gone really stiff. I'll set those aside to see what happens. Some feet. There's a zipper foot. A roller foot. Ah, how neat. Look at that. It's a little roller foot. I'll have to test that out on some leather and vinyl. How cute. That's interesting. I don't know if that's broken. I think that foot's broken. It's missing that bit on the end there. Another foot. Looks like it's got a guide on there. Don't know what those screws are from. We'll keep those because I don't know yet. And that's a seam guide, magnetic one. That'll come in handy. And this looks to be some sort of, don't know. What sort of foot is that? Is it some sort of quilting foot or something? Who knows? Leave a comment below if you know what this foot is. A little tiny screwdriver. Some tailor's chalk. Some more tailor's chalk. This one has still got the wrapping around it, so they haven't used the pink one. And there's some bits of white in here as well. That. And what this is, I don't know. And some needles. We have some universal some stretch, some Elna universals, and some other universals. This definitely needs a wash, so I shall go wash those. And this can get chucked in the dump. I don't know what that thing's for. Okay, it would be good if I could get these off, and they have some screws under there, so I'm going to try and take them off so that I can give them a good wash, although that comes out so I can wash that, but I'd still like to get these out to give them a proper wash. Okay, so I can give them a good wash in the sink. Now I'll just leave all that to dry. Now I wonder if this thing's going to work. Oh, it does. Wow! Look at that. The lifting thing actually works. So that's cool. I can just get some new edging for around the top of it. That'll be unreal. Now will it come back up? Yes! That's a win. Okay, since I have so much dust on the floor and I really don't want to put the dust back on my cabinet, I'm just going to dust all this loose. Yeah, it's kind of greasy, so it's not going to come off anyway. But I just want to get any loose stuff off. Maybe I'll start up here. I'll just get and for those of you that don't know, inside this reel, that's where you can store your sewing needles, like that. I only found out recently that that's what these reels are good for. So there you go. And the reason I want to get the dust off with a brush first is because I don't want to be rubbing dust particles, if possible, around on my paintwork, because I don't want to scratch it. That out of there, that's pretty fiddly. Probably a knack to it, which I haven't figured out yet. I'll have a look when I get it up on the counter. So there, I'll put it up on the counter now. This piece of paper fell out from underneath there. Looks like it was stuck there. I don't know what it says, because my eyesight's not that good that I can read that, and it's also covered in that oil or whatever it is. Doesn't stink, so I think it is oil. My husband thought it might have been cat pee. But it's not, thank goodness. But yeah, I think it's oil. It smells like oil. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe some of this crud off here. I need to get this bobbin out of the back here. So now that I have the bulk of my dust off there, I'm going to give it a good clean with my sewing machine oil. helps if you take the lid off. And put some on there to soften it up. There's a few scratches along there, but otherwise it's not that worn. It really doesn't look too bad. Oh, he's stuck tight. Okay, they're both stuck tight, so I'm going to put a dab of oil on there and let that sit. Hopefully they will loosen up for me. Okay, so that's a bit scratched anyway, so I'm just going to put a bit of Ajax on there. Or Jif. With this. If it wasn't scratched, I probably wouldn't use this because I'd be wanting to preserve it. But it is already scratched, so I just want the dirt off. Being a foot pedal. Okay, so I've let those screws sit for a while and I'm still letting that sit because that's stubborn and doesn't want to come off. I don't have a bigger, wider screwdriver. I don't know what I've done with it, but I'm just using this one. And yeah, the oil has freed that up. This one, yep. Like that. Oh, it's always exciting to lift the lid off and see what's underneath. Woohoo! So yeah, looking in there, there's very little plastic. A little few of those cans here with a zigzag. They all look good. I can't see the ones underneath. I'm not even going to try and take them out. They look like they're in good condition. And then there's this knob here, which would be stitch length, I'm guessing. No, it's not. It's the needle positioner. That's what that is. So it goes to the left, and she goes to the right. Cool. She's nice and free. I'm just going to put the lid back on and just put the oil through them oil points because I'm pretty sure that's what they are. And she looks pretty good otherwise. Anything, do not force anything. So we're going, there's something stopping it. There we go. And that's my cat. Hello, Ken Ken. Okay, I need to put the screws back on again. Before I do tighten that up, I'm just going to clean that groove. Okay, so I use my oil pen for oiling because it's so nice and pointy. Just going to put a drop of oil in each of these little holes. And I think that missed the hole. it's not a hole. There's a hole down here. Oops. Right side. I think they're for accessories. They don't have the red bit on it, so I'm not going to put any oil in there. It's only got a very small space in that bobbin area. Not even quite sure how to take that off. I'm going to get rid of this foot. It's a unusual looking screw. Haven't seen one like that before. Take that needle out and chuck it, because I don't like to use old needles. My eyesight's bad. I can't even see that. Actually, it might do for testing to see if it works. It's not very dirty in there either. There's really not much dirt in there at all. So that's a good thing. Without the instructions, I'm not quite sure how this one comes out. This doesn't seem to just want to lift out, but it's not looking dirty, so I'm going to leave it. And I'm just going to put a dab of oil. Not sure where I'm supposed to oil on this one, but just generally where it's movement, that's where I like to oil. So I'm sure you're all wanting to see if it works, and me too. So I'm just going to put this back. I'm not going to put the foot or the needle back on yet. I'm just going to run it for a bit. Hopefully it runs without anything. This one has a switch on the side. Oh, it's even got a light bulb. Oh yes, she works. I'm just going to run it for a bit just to work that oil in. What this slide on the foot pedal is for. Oh look, it's slow and fast. See, there's a minus and a plus. When you put it on the minus, she goes slow, and then she boosts. So that's what that's for. Now I know. Okay, so now let's see how well she sews. I'll put the needle and everything back in it. I'm going to unplug it or turn it off, because I don't want to stitch my finger, put a needle through my finger. Really need my other glasses. Okay, so now I'm going to thread the machine. And looks like we need to go through this thing here, but I'm not sure. Don't have any instruction book, so I'm experimenting here. If I get it wrong and it doesn't sew, then I will have to try again. Too much thread pulled out. Now through this one here. That didn't stay there. Not quite sure how that's supposed to go in that thing. Maybe if I have a look from the top. Maybe it just goes round it. Like that. We're going from this side up through the take-up lever. Like that. Down through that thread guide, which they've just stuck on with tape. I'm going to find out how to attach that better than that. Maybe some glue. Like that. Now we need to put our bobbin back in, don't we? Get one with some thread on it. Yeah. Good question, how does that go? I should have paid attention when I took the bobbin out. Like that, I think. Now, the flatbed table, I assume it probably did come with one. It's missing. Yes. Goes up to stitch length 4. Can't really see very well here. Something's pulling. Yeah, that's not right. I'm guessing I haven't got my bobbin thread properly or something. No, it seems to be the upper tension which is wrong because it's loose on the bottom. Maybe I didn't try that. It always helps if you have a manual. Maybe I'm putting that in the wrong spot. Try it again. That seems to be stitching better. I have to go down a bit in stitch length. Still not quite right. I think the upper tension is too loose. We might tighten that up a bit and see what happens. Now I don't even know whether it's because I put it on 5. I've threaded it wrong or just needs adjusting. It would help if there was a manual, but there isn't one. She sews really fast. It's funny, every machine has a different tone. Yeah, that's better. It was just the tension out. That's looking a lot better on there now. I wonder if it's got reverse. Well, that might be reverse. This knob over here. No, that's not going in reverse. What's that? Oh, that's the reverse. That thing there. Now it won't stop. Oh, you must put that. Wait a minute. Now if I go back over here. Yeah. Oh, I see. It's a bit weird. I just want to tighten that just a tad little more. I'll try this. Zigzag. And the zigzag tension is looking pretty good there. Not quite exactly 100%, but I'm sure if I fiddled with it, it would be not a problem. It's very close anyway. Maybe just a tad. We might put it on the 6. Yeah. Oh, good. So there you have it. We've had a look at this little old Elna here. I've cleaned her up, and now the next thing to do is give her a whirl and test it out. And so I'm going to make something from it, a bag or a wallet, and we'll see how she performs, whether it's a win or a fail. You'll soon find out. Stay tuned. So if you've liked this video, hit subscribe and click on the bell to be notified of any new videos as I add them, and hit the like button. Catch you later.